Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 24th to the 31st. This is for Taurus and Taurus rising, and you know we're going to jump right into it. This is a big week. Now, okay, it is clear this is the week, the huge full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. However, the main thing that I actually want to point out for you is that Venus, your ruling planet, is going to be very active this week and very influential. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you why. This is really crazy, and you're going to love this. You're going to love this so much. We kick it off on March 24th on Sunday because Venus is sextile Jupiter. Now, I talked a little bit about this last week. One of the best days of the month, okay? One of the best days of the month. This is the two benefic planets. Venus, again, your ruling planet. The Venus is all about love, relationships, money, sex, beauty, all that good stuff. And Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, prosperity, expansion, profit. So these two planets in this harmonious aspect, they're pretty much getting together and saying, what can we do for Taurus to make their lives better? Like, this is such an amazing day. Remember, Venus is exalted in Pisces. And so Venus is in Pisces right now. This is, so not only is Venus in Pisces, Jupiter's in your sign. So Venus being in Pisces is your 11th house. So you may feel a lot of really great moments with friendships, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. But the 11th house is also your hopes and wishes and dreams. This is an amazing day. This is a day when you wake up and, you know, everything is like, you make your coffee, you have a bowl of Lucky Charms, and you sit there and you're like, I already feel great. There's no urgent emails. There's no crying kid. Like, it's just going to be a really good day. And you could find a lot of luck this day. Really good day in terms of like romance and sex too. If you're here for that, that's a thing. Great day for first dates if you're single too, by the way. Okay, by the way, that's a really good day. But it is a day to really take advantage of. Just so much goodness. Now, and remember, oh my goodness, Taurus, remember, one of the reasons why I want you to pay attention to this is because I'm sure some of y'all have heard by now, maybe from me. Next month in April, on April 20th, we have the very rare Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your sign. Taurus, I can't even begin to tell you how much your life is changing and will continue to change. I mean, this is really absolutely great. So very optimistic day on March 24th. Now, I hope you're taking notes, by the way. On Thursday, I want you to write this down too. March 28th. This is when Venus sextiles Uranus. So remember, sextiles are very harmonious. We have another Venus sextile with Uranus, which is again in your sign, Taurus. So will you feel the beauty and love and romance and all the great stuff of this week more than other signs? Quite possibly. Now, Venus sextiling Uranus. Uranus is all about breakthroughs. It's also surprises, the unpredictable, unexpected. So, if you are single, you could have a sliding doors moment. Okay, you could meet your soulmate at a Chick-fil-A. You just don't know. This is one of those days where something surprising and fun and lovely could happen for y'all. And it is really magical. And it could be something with friends too, or, something with a group that you belong to. Maybe you are in a, rock band and do cover songs of, Def Leppard, whatever it is. You do you, Taurus, but this is, just know that this is a magical day. This is a day where, Barbie could jump out of your closet and be like, here's 5 million, apples for you. Whatever you like, whatever you want. But this is a good day, the 28th. It's actually, funny enough, it's my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. And I am going to go see him for this week. Anyway, this is not about me, Taurus. This is about you. And I'm really excited to tell you that on Monday, the 25th, March 25th, now we've come to the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. First things first, I made a video on 5 things to expect with eclipses. It's more of like just kind of like a fun, this is what what to expect. I'll leave it at the end of this video, but remember, eclipses are series. And so we just came out of the eclipses were in the Scorpio Taurus axis for what seemed like forever. And now they're moving into the Aries Libra axis. And so this is just really nice. Now, why am I bringing this up? Remember, these are cycles. So life is cycles. We go through cycles. The reason why is because it's a series of eclipses. We had a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 14th, 2023. So think about what happened around that time. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. October 14th, around that time. All right. So anything around that time period, think about what happened, because you could see something coming to culmination around this eclipse that happened around that time, but it's not over yet. Remember, these eclipses, we're talking about the full moon, okay? We're talking about the moons. We're talking about the lunar nodes, how they're attached to the north node, the south node. South node moved into Libra, is going to be there all year long. What does that mean for you, Taurus? So it means that it's just a cycle. Something's coming to an end, but there's still going to be a touch of whatever's happening in your life that you may still feel through the year, especially because we have a new moon eclipse in Libra October 2nd. And so it's all still happening in Libra, which is your sixth house. So what does that mean? Something with work. There could be something with work where you are excelling and ascending, and there's some phase coming to an end in that area. Okay. There's sixth house is also health and fitness. There could be something there. It's a time for that. It's also everyday it's your routines. So it's a very interesting house to be in, but just remember that this is Libra. Okay. And so remember how earlier I said, Venus is going to be very influential this week. Well, you know that Venus doesn't just rule you. Venus also rules Libra. So you see how Venus is truly very active this week. So this is a Venus ruled eclipse. This is just very, very, very interesting, very nice. So the other thing is Saturn. I want to bring up Saturn real quick because Saturn is also active. Not a lot of people know that Saturn is exalted in Libra. And I bring this up because we just came out of a Saturn Cazimi. Jupiter and Saturn are still very harmonious. But one thing that I want you to remember is that, Saturn is in Pisces, and so is Mars. Mars moved into Pisces last week. So those are the two malefics that are now together in the same sign. So there could be a little bit of a squeeze around, 11th house matters, which again, social network, group, friends, things like that. Okay. Social media even is 11th house. Also your hopes and wishes and dreams. Now, again, it's not a bad thing. It's just you can feel a little squeeze, but at the same time, there's this release this week with the eclipse. Okay. And so this eclipse, all eclipses, by the way, there's a touch of fate and destiny in it. And eclipses, one thing that I talk about in that video that I made is that things can be eclipsed out of your life around eclipses. Okay. So there could be something that you don't expect that is just ends and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. But remember, this is your sixth house. Okay. So there is something regarding the things that I talked about earlier, but eclipses, especially full moon lunar eclipses, bring culmination. They bring, an end to something. They bring a turning point. Okay. So remember that I've been saying, ask yourself, what has got to go? What is something in my life that has reached a point of fatigue? What is something that I'm ready to, hit the road, Jack? So it is going to be something that is ultimately makes you wiser. All right. Because remember, we're talking about Libra here. What is Libra? Libra is balance. Libra is justice. Okay. Libra is also relationships. If you're here for that. All right. So Libra is the scale. It's the middle of the zodiacs. Okay. That's balance, right? Right in the middle. And then, Libra is attributed to the justice card in tarot, right in the middle, card 11. Okay. And the major arcanas out of the 22. So just keep that in mind. There is this sense of liberation. There's this sense of justice. There's this sense of healing even. It could be very cathartic, this eclipse for you, so letting something go. Ultimately, at the end of the day, remember, it's truth. as well. And so being honest with yourself about a lot of things. So definitely something is going to be illuminated in your life. But yeah, let's do it, Taurus. Let's get started. I know, long intro. I know, but I just really want you to be aware that things are changing for you. Things are changing for you, and you are probably going to be very social. And I want you to be very social with all this Venus activity. Okay, and remember, Venus also rules money. All right, so if you're not here for love and relationships and whatnot, which possibly a lot of y'all could be, but and it doesn't have to be a partner, it can just be like love in general. But anyway, let's get started, see what's going on for you. All right, let's see what's going on for you for the week of March 24th to the 34th. Who says that? This is for Taurus and Taurus rising. And if you want to read for your moon or your Venus, you know they're both very active. I mean, it's a full moon lunar eclipse, and Venus is very active and your ruling planet. So, Taurus, I do a traditional culture cross spread. It really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Taurus, okay? That's it. Taurus, y'all are amazing. And you look at this. Look at this. Taurus, you are definitely... You got to let something go. You got to let something go. It's going to be something that may be interesting for you. We're going to talk about this, but you're good. This is a week where I will not be surprised. And there's every sign there's going to be stuff that comes up where it's like, you got to let this go. Now, you got the Queen of Cups, which is amazing. All right. Queen of Cups. I love that. She has so much love to give. Remember, there's a lot of love energy that's happening this week, especially with Venus at play. And the Queen of Cups is really amazing that she showed up. I want you to be very communicative. Okay. I want you to be very communicative. If, there is a lot of emotional intelligence that shows up when the Queen of Cups shows up, and just being in touch with your emotions, but also being able to communicate all that love. Like I said, she leads with her heart, right? And so there could be you moving into this week just feeling on cloud nine, feeling very intuitive as well. A lot of intuitive energy this week, especially, with all this Pisces energy anyway. But even still, this is great. One of the reasons also why I want you to communicate is because this is double water here. Queens are water, cups are water, right? Queen of Cups is attributed to Cancer, all right? Cancer rules your third house of communication. So remember to just communicate all that love. And you may even have some moments of that too, where that's being communicated to you, but it seems like you're just going to feel a lot of self-love as well. Now, what's really interesting is that you do have the 9 of Wands in the heart of your spread, but you also have 2 aces. We're going to talk about that in a second. Now, you have the 9 of Wands in the heart of your spread. So there is some, remember I talked about that squeeze? There may be a little bit of a squeeze. And there could be a sense of something that you have to recognize. There may be something that you may not want to let go. It's up to you. This is your life. It's your life. But just know with this eclipse, again, there could be a sense of something eclipse out of your life. I want you to really trust your intuition now, because what's coming up for me is that some things that you may think that you want may not be the things that were actually what you wanted. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. But in any case, one of the reasons why I'm really stressing this isn't a bad card. He's got gauze on his head. He's gone through it. But this is a card of resilience. This is a card of just hanging in there, right? Perseverance. What's really interesting about this card is that this card is attributed to Moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth, life cycles, what this eclipse is requiring of you for change, okay? Letting something go. He's unwilling. But that's the thing. Fight hard for the things that you know you're going to fight hard for, okay? You see him standing in front of the wands. He's protecting his wands. He's not letting anybody get to his wands, okay? He's like, get out of my cookie jar. But you have the Ace of Wands in your challenge area. And that's why I'm just like, okay, there is likely going to be something that you're going to have to recognize. It could be something that you really, really want to hold on to. But there may be something in order for, the Ace of Wands usher in this new change, right? This is an amazing card. Wands, all about your passions, your ideas, creativity. They're just so enlivening and work related too. Wands are very work related if you are here for work, career, whatnot. But it just seems like there's got to be something that you have to recognize to let this new thing happen in your life, okay? And it is going to be something that you may really think about, or may even feel like almost like very emotionally. And the reason why is why I said both of those. You got the Ace of Swords in your crown and the moon in the root of your spread. Very interesting here, okay? The reason why Ace of Swords, this is great. And so this is really good. It came up in your crown. This is all about having a mental breakthrough. Okay. So there is something that you are thinking of. I'm going to move forward. I got a new way of thinking. There's a lot happening in terms of when I said earlier, first of all, change, right? Aces are change. Swords are change. It's a card of change. You're thinking about it. You want it. You've got this. It's on your mind, okay? Especially with thinking as well. Remember to communicate. Swords are the mental suit, but that includes communication. Remember, you already have the Queen of Wands here. Remember, I said communicate, especially like if it has to do with something that is going to come straight from the heart. Now, the other thing is the Ace of Swords in your crown. There is definitely something that you are possibly going to have this really great big breakthrough this week. Remember, Venus will sextile Uranus, which is all about breakthroughs anyway. And this eclipse is really big. It's Venus ruled. It's going to be big. But the reason why there may be this tug of war, especially with the Nine of Wands and the heart of your spread, is you got the moon in the root of your spread. And so very interesting here, especially with the fact that you have the Queen of Cups, who is Cancer. The moon rules Cancer in astrology. You got the moon in Sagittarius here. You got the actual moon card here, which is attributed to Pisces in tarot. A lot of moon energy during the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. Now, full moons are emotional, right? They are also can be emotionally draining. It can be even physically draining because it's in your sixth house. Remember, that's health and fitness as well. But there is, again, you're probably going to go through some emotional moments this week. All right. There is a sense of some of y'all already know it. There may be, with the Ace of Swords bringing that clarity, with the Nine of Wands, which I'm feeling more of, looking at your spread, a little bit of resistance of something. But now the moon here, okay, and the root of your spread. Now, the one thing that I want to point out is that we all go through emotional experiences, right? There's a reason why we were not built as robots. We are human beings. We have a range of emotions that we were meant to feel, and we were meant to feel all of them, okay? Even those low energy frequency emotions, we got to feel them. We got to feel them to evolve, okay? As indicated with the dog and the wolf in this card. So, which represents evolution, right? Now, here's the thing. I want you to deeply trust your intuition this week, okay? Because the moon can represent a little bit of fear, a fear of your future, a little bit of distress. Think about the moon, right? Trace the word moon back to its etymological root, Luna, goddess of the moon. But if you keep going through history, lunacy, right? Full moons make us emotional. Full moons make animals go crazy. Full moons have big effects on us, right? So there is a sense of a lot of emotion here, a lot of emotion during a full moon lunar eclipse, which again, that is a given, okay? But really recognize what you need to move forward from.
it seems like you will have that clarity. And here's the thing. You have the Six of Swords in your future anyway. So this is absolutely great. Are some of y'all here for career? Is that a thing that's happened for y'all Tauruses? Because you got these ones, and then you've got Six of Swords in your future. Six of Swords is attributed to Aquarius. It's actually Mercury in Aquarius, but Aquarius, which rules your 10th house of career. Okay. And then you've got this Pisces card down here, which is very interesting because remember, that's your hopes and wishes and dreams as well. And your communities, which can even represent like your LinkedIn community, colleagues and stuff like that. But anyway, it's mostly a social thing, but you are going to move forward. You have this potential to move forward. You just have to recognize that one thing that, am I really holding on to something that, should I, do I know something is coming? Do I know that this is something that I should hold on to, or should I let it go? You're going to have an emotional week, but it almost seems like, again, this tug of war between your emotions and what's going on up here. You have a very interesting spread, Taurus. You're making me work. You're making me work. Let's get to your stuff. I want to see what's going on here. Let's get to the bottom of this. Taurus, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Talk to me. What is going on? What's happening here? And if you are a subscriber, y'all are amazing. Thanks. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, don't play with me. Taurus, don't play with me. Come on, you're good. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Now that I see what's happening here, it is pretty much clear as day that there may be something new that is going to happen in your life if it hasn't happened already. Something new could have happened already that made you feel really good. Or something new is happening in your life where it is so new, and it's made you express yourself a little bit more emotionally, where it could be something that you need to just hold on to. Okay. You have to hold on to it if that's the case for you, and not second guess yourself. It could have an emotional toll on you, but it could be very worth it in the end. Now, the other thing is, what I said earlier for some Tauruses, there may be something that you definitely do have to let go, and you have to recognize that. But it does look like something new has come through, and there may be a little bit of that squeeze in terms of, I really need to nurture this. I really need to give this a lot more of, love. And it's smooth sailing from this point forward. This is all about moving forward, by the way. The Six of Swords, or especially up here. Remember, the swords, the mental suit, but can be emotional too. Water represents emotions. You have it here with the Queen of Cups and the Moon here. So very emotional week for you, but not saying it's a bad image. It's just like you're really going to be diving deep. Now, speaking of emotions, you got the Six of Cups. Very interesting, right? Very interesting because this card is attributed to Scorpio. It's actually Sun in Scorpio, which makes it a lot more significant. And as we know, maybe you don't. That's why I'm here. Scorpio rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. I feel like you're getting a lot of that, but that's what this eclipse is anyway, right? It's something in partnerships and relationships that could be something that is ending in an area in that part of your life, where you could be ascending in another area as well in partnerships and relationships. But this is a great card. This is just saying, let your guard down a little bit. Trust yourself. And there's so much kindness and love and laughing in this card. It's really that card of, you see the two children here. It is like tapping into your inner child as well. And that's why I said, like, letting your guard down, let your hair down, long hair, no care. You're protected. You're completely, this is the biggest house in tarot, indicating a lot of protection, a lot of comfort, a lot of security. So know that. Don't second guess yourself, because you may be a little emotional this week. Now, you have the Queen of Wands. So you've got two queens here, which is really great. The Queen of Wands, it looks like, Queen of Wands came in your, the external factors area. There is something that could be, I want you to pay attention. First of all, really do pay attention to trust your intuition is the biggest thing that's coming up. Trust your intuition. It just keeps coming up. But even still, with the Queen of Wands here, what I love about this is the Queen of Wands is amazing. She is someone who is popular. She is someone who is very charismatic. People gravitate toward the Queen of Wands. And so this is a queen who can get whatever she wants. Okay. She can walk into a room, she can get whatever she wants. And it looks like there is going to be a sense of you acknowledging that you're moving into that. I want you, and it's something that you want. Remember, there is a sense of ascending, and there's a sense of, I'm going to show you something here. You do see the sunflower in her hand, and also in her throne. Okay, the sunflowers in her throne. Now, those sunflowers actually appear in the actual sun card, and so that means the Queen of Wands has the full powers of the sun. So vitality and growth and optimism, opportunity, abundance, all that good stuff. Queen of Wands in your external factors area, it seems like there could be someone that really is kind of paving the way for you this week. Someone that could be on your side, someone that could be your biggest cheerleader, someone who is very supportive. So you're going to be great. And, it could be an Aries, by the way. Queen of Wands is Aries. Now, or Aries rising or whatnot. But the biggest message, I think, was I was talking about intuition earlier. The Queen of Wands, her being Aries does rule your 12th house of the subconscious, of intuition. So again, there's that message of be very intuitive, but I think something or someone is going to draw that out of you. And hey, hello, you got the 10 of Pentacles. Hello, you're good. Listen, this is the only card where you see the pentacles actually aligned like the tree of life. I mean, they're raining. This card is raining pentacles in the form of the tree of life here. Okay. And so a very significant card, and it does look like you want to ascend. It looks like you definitely want to move onto this new journey. It definitely, this card is all about prosperity. It's success. It's, moving into your physical realm. Okay. This is the card where I say it's like, the you made it card, your kingdom come. And so it looks like that's exactly what you want. There is a sense of everything here. That's like how big their castle is, right? This is abundance. This is major abundance. Look at the harvest here. Now, one thing that I'm going to point out, and a lot of family energy, by the way, okay? So it looks like there is a sense of you just want everything really good, but also not only that, you want to be able to ascend in this place, like where it's next level, okay? One of the things I'm going to point out here is that remember, you got the moon in the root of your spread. Remember, I said really trust your intuition. It could be a very, emotional week for you, but trust your intuition. Stay rooted in your intuition. The reason I say that, card 18, 1, 8 equals 9. 9 is the hermit, okay? The hermit card. Look at whose face is in the moon. All right. So really doing that deep dive, that soul searching that I mentioned earlier. And you see the hermit has made it. Trust your intuition because you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You got the 3 of Cups. Now, what's really great about this, remember I said all this energy, sure, there's all this Venus energy that's happening this week. Venus is in Pisces. So is Saturn. So is Neptune. Pisces rules your 11th house, as I mentioned earlier, social network. Mars is there too, by the way. So your social network, groups you belong to. This is such a social card. This is saying that you got your tribe, you got your people, you've got so much support, and really tap into that energy. Remember, I said from the very beginning, be communicative. Okay. It looks like you're going to celebrate something new too. There is something that you're going to celebrate. It's even if you feel like like I said, if you've started something new, you've been on this new journey, there's something new that's been happening in your life, and it's been like an adjustment. There could be a point where it's like, okay, over that hump, it's good now. Okay. Now, if there is something that you've got to let go, okay, you've got that clarity, and it may just be emotional for you to let that go. And even the eclipse could just eclipse it out of your life. There is a sense of once you do, smooth sailing, everything's great, everything's glorious. You're good to go. You're good to go there. That's amazing. So yeah, you're good. You're good. Interestingly, actually, another Cancer card. So remember, you got the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups, communicating. And obviously you need other people to communicate with. Like, you can't communicate to yourself. So there is, I guess you can really just do that deep dive. All right, Taurus, but you're going to be great. You're going to be good. It is definitely going to be an emotional week for you. You could feel a lot of emotions, especially again with your ruling planet at play, in terms of love and relationships, and even money with the Ten of Pentacles here. But you're going to be fine as long as you are open. And remember, it is a lot of facing your truth as well. That your truth will set you free. Who says that, by the way? I just did. But you're good. Taurus, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I know this is a big week. It's so hard to just in one reading. But next week we do April. Happy birthday. You have a huge month ahead for you. We'll talk about that next week. But Taurus, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.